Hey, it's Eric here. Let's go ahead and take a deeper look into sensing blocks. So we're going to go ahead and go over ask, loudness, and video motion. Now we'll start with ask, which is one of my favorite blocks because we can actually take in user input. So let's go ahead and give this a shot. So I'll go ahead and create an event when green flag is clicked. And then I'll go ahead and attach this ask block, which is ask this and then wait. So right now, this default is what is your name? So we'll go ahead, test this out, see what this looks like. So ask what is your name and wait. So check it out. So ask what is your name? Pretty cool. Some nano is asking us what our name is. Now let's see. If I put in Eric, what happens? I'll go ahead and hit enter. Nothing happened. Well, we need to do something with our answer. So if we ask something, we see this variable here that says answer. So we can go ahead and check this variable and see, well, the answer Eric was sent in here. So, well, what do we do with this answer? Well, that's a good question. So one thing we could do is say, how about we say that name? So we say that name. So we'll jump into sensing, and we'll go ahead and drop the answer in. So we'll see it snaps in here. So we'll ask what our name is, wait, we'll enter our name, and then say that answer. And the answer is pretty much just stored inside of this variable here. So let's go try it one more time. What is your name? My name is Eric. If all goes according to plan, Nano should go ahead and say that answer. Oh, sorry, go ahead, Eric. Eric, pretty cool, right? Oh, awesome. So that is one of my favorite sensing blocks. Now we're going to go ahead and jump into loudness. Loudness is the ability of Scratch to track the loudness of the mic, whether it be on your laptop or your desktop. So we can go ahead and actually monitor this. We can see if I check this box, we can monitor the loudness. So we see if I'm using a very conversational voice, it hovers around 10. But if I yell, it peaks around 30. So how do we use this in a project? Well, we could use this with an operator. We can say, if the loudness exceeds something, let's have our sprite say something. So I'll go ahead, I'll grab a forever loop, and then inside of that forever loop, I'm going to nest an if-then, and that is saying, if something happens, then this. So I'll grab my operator, and I'll say, I'll grab a greater than, I'll grab a less than block, and I'll put that inside of my loop. So let's talk about this for a second. If the loudness exceeds, say, 10, I want this to happen. I want this. So if loudness exceeds 10, then this will happen. So if loudness, I'll go ahead and grab loudness and drop it in here, okay, and is greater than 10. So I'll just input 10. So if loudness is greater than 10, then run this. And I want him to say quiet down. So quiet down. So if all goes according to plan, if I start to yell, Nano should tell me to quiet down. So as you can see, I'm talking quiet, but now I'm going to talk loud, and there we go. That is probably the coolest thing in the world. But anyways, okay, cool. So you can see that the loudness is just a value that's attached to how much volume is being recorded by your mic. So if you thought that was cool, just wait till we introduce this next block. So let's go ahead and get rid of the loudness. Okay, and let's dive into the video motion block. Okay, so we see it right here. It says video motion on this sprite. So essentially what this does, it doesn't sound real when I explain this. It's not going to sound real. It's able to open up your webcam and track the amount of video motion on the sprite. We could easily say instead of on this sprite, instead of on Nano, we can track the video motion on the entire stage. And likewise, we can not only track the amount of motion, but actually the direction of the motion. So direction being up, down, sideways, and just attach a number to it. So let's keep it simple and say if the video motion on the sprite, okay? So we're going to track the amount of motion that I'm making on this sprite. So first things first is we need to enable this to work, and that is to turn on our video camera. So we have to hit the turn on video. So turn video, we'll attach that to the top of this, and we'll say on, okay? So my green flag's already clicked, so when you see this, you will see me pop up here on screen. So let's go ahead and click it. That is me. So we could easily set, you see the backdrop has disappeared, so it's now me. If we want to change that, we can go ahead and set the video transparency. So right now it's at 100%, it's at 0%, so we see no background. But say we want it at 50%. So half of the backdrop, half of me. So we'll go ahead, stop this and restart, and we see now it's this nice mix of sort of me ghosting, so we can see the background, sort of see the environment, and also see me when I want to interact with the sprite. And that's exactly what we're going to do. So we're going to put some of this to use, and that is tracking the amount of video motion happening on our sprite. Okay, so we'll go ahead and say, if the video motion on our sprite here exceeds 10, I want Nano to meow. So that means I'll go ahead and stop this. If the video motion exceeds 10, so I'll go ahead and just simply drag and drop into our operator. So if this exceeds 10, then do this. So first, I want to get rid of this, okay? Because I don't want him to say anything. I want him to meow. So we'll go ahead, and if all goes according to plan, Nano should meow when I go ahead and I pet him. So because there's going to be video motion here on the sprite. So again, let's go ahead and start it. And prepare to have your mind blown. Ready? That is so cool. Okay, so we can see. So, and we run into the problem where we should actually have a play meow until done. So when I pet him, that is the absolute coolest thing in the world.